Recovery, MC Recovery is back. It's time for an inside job. Let's look into what I have up there on the title. Chicago residents and businesses is like, they just sped up with this crime wave and looting out there in Chicago. Same thing as Los Angeles. We have experienced it out here. See, this is where I grew up at. We only did some kind of crime like that, like, back in the Rodney King days. And then it's like, but the way it's jumping out there in Chicago, let's hurry up and get into this show. Hope I don't do no struggle screening. So it's going to be fair use. And matter of fact, let's look at this one first. This is the Couture family, or I should get into this one. Let me see. Do y'all remember this lady right here? But first, let's hear from a resident.
I'm sure that they're not. And I'm sure that you'll hear people say that there are people who are opposed to it. But for the majority of the citizens here in Chicago, we're not opposed to it. Let me tell you something. Our mayor is intent on protecting people who come from other places. We need our mayor to be intent on protecting the people who were born here, the people who were raised here, the people who have stake. And not that those people don't have stakes in these communities, but for those of us who have been fighting tirelessly to bring about change in our communities and have been told time after time again that there's no money, and to watch billions being spent on people who are not from here is a problem for most of Chicago. And it must be a problem for most of the country, because you can tell that in the way that people voted.
Yeah. And we hear the frustration and the urgency in your voice. And
I'm sure that they're not. And I'm sure that you'll hear people say that there are people who are opposed to it. But for the majority of the citizens here in Chicago, we're.
Did y'all hear that there? See, that's just a little icebreaker. But now, they seeing a whole lot of things that here right in our own city in LA, Los Angeles, Compton, Inglewood, Watts, Linwood, Southgate. They seeing stuff. And it's some more changes coming out here. They already experienced the same thing. High rent prices. People can barely sell their homes for the asking price that they want if they live in one of them run-down neighborhoods, crime-infested neighborhoods. But now we're going to get to the other part of this show to give you an idea of what they really have to be facing. So let's hold up here. This one is fair use, straight up from the Couture family. I know a commercial may want to come on. I bet you a commercial may want to come on, but let's see. Trump is pulling up on niggas in Chicago and America. So let's look at this first one here.
He knows it's not. Well, here I am on the path on the lakefront at 6 a.m. on a Monday. And we got a lot of people running, having a great time. It doesn't feel like a hellhole here.
See, now, in that part of Chicago, they don't feel like a hellhole. It's daytime.
In fact, everybody's having a great time and
6 a.m., brother.
enjoying themselves. So I don't know who in Washington thinks that Chicago is some sort of hellhole, but you may need to look inward.
Okay.
Maybe ask the people in the hood.
Yeah, man, let's do a video later in the night. How about that? 6 a.m. Of course, it's going to be virtually no crime at 6 a.m.
On Monday.
On a Monday.
Let's go down Chicago's page
The
here.
thugs is sleep.
They report all Chicago crime right here. So this happened, I'm pretty sure, last night.
The man was shot in the head while walking with his fiance in South Loop. She told the police the attack appeared to be completely random.
So a man was walking with his fiance and was shot in the head. Chicago. Last night. Let's keep going.
Bro, everyone who lives in the hood of Chicago will tell you how bad it is.
A man fled to the Howard CTA platform after being shot in the mouth at street level Sunday night. He was the second person shot in the neighborhood this weekend.
This is all over the weekend, guys.
Wow. Shot in the mouth is insane. Whoa.
Oh, people are getting jacked out there all the time.
Chicago goofies.
Check out this.
Come on, y'all. Let's be for real.
Oh my goodness.
Let's be for real, guys.
He has a coat on.
Rob his ass, bro. You knocked him out. Rob him. They digging his pockets, bro. They robbed him.
Prisker.
And they attacking him for trying to stop it. Pull the switch out. You heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. People shouldn't have to live like this. Jesus.
How many?
Did he just kick him in his head? Yeah, I'm sorry. People shouldn't have to live like this.
See? The
You don't
news
care about the
come on.
police?
People shouldn't have to live like this, bro.
Let's keep going, shall we?
Why don't we pull up the footage of what the
See, and then at the same time, the second squad car came, and guess what? It was already a squad car there. Where was that officer at? Did he stay in his car? Because the safest thing he did was to stay in his car. Because he or she know they have a gun, but they gotta wait for backup. But still, they gotta assess the whole scene. They don't want to get out of their car and all of a sudden they're outnumbered. So, like, wow, hey, fair use. Go over there and check out the Katir family. See, they have like millions of subscribers. So their fan base will send them some stuff quick. A whole lot of these big screamers got it. So if y'all see stuff like, hey, just send it my way. I'm gonna assess it, and then we can look into it. Let's look at a little bit more of this.
people in the neighborhoods are saying.
Hey, a 9-year-old got killed by a 25-year-old.
Thursday.
We can keep going though. We can keep
Oh,
going.
you got sentenced Thursday.
Yeah,
I mean, we all know what's up.
it's just disgusting.
Like, look at the type of people in
It's evil.
Chicago.
A parolee with a long criminal history is accused of robbing 3 elderly women at California Pink Line Station before groping a woman outside the Westside Christian School on Thursday.
Things from last weekend, 18-something hours ago, this was posted. So let's get back and let's check out this other clip. Hey, and the same goes on for right here. See, in my inbox, I got that next door app. This is what the news can't really get to in some of their conversation. So the citizens out there with cell phones putting it on their page in the Chicago Facebook, Instagram page, and then it flourishes throughout the communities and to different podcasters, streamers, and stuff like of that nature. But I'm quite sure some of it made it to the news station and they just not airing it unless if it lands in court. But still, people can put certain spins on it. So let's look at one more from the Katir family because, man, theirs is a real trip. And I know a commercial gonna try to come up because now I'm rolling with it. This one, I told you, a commercial, but fair you.
Starting at 10.
Chicago be helpful to go along.
So this one is titled Trump just exposed Black America in total embarrassment. Wow, that's just the way they tired it. See,
You ain't got shit to worry about. Your bitch ass going to heaven, nigga. Hey, your bitch ass going to heaven, nigga. You cool. Your ass ain't did shit at all. Your ass a saint. Lame ass nigga. Old, lame, goofy ass nigga.
How y'all coming? Button on you. Come here, check it out, Dad. Oh, man. You come out, this how we hit y'all shit. This how y'all supposed to hit our shit, you know?
Chirac.
One of these little old crib.
See, they
Man,
call
come
it-
outside, get your ass dropped.
Call
Shoot out
it
the window, get your
Chirac.
ass dropped.
Chirac.
At it. Back at it. We ain't on phone them, Preston. We ain't on phone them, Preston. And look, we
y'all
was gonna
see that?
terrorize the whole city. We making our way around. We making our way around. Fuck your ring camera too. Fuck your ring camera too. Got Big Hog, know what we do. We on Preston.
On State near 86th, and you'll see it here. It happens fast, just 8 seconds, but we can see it from several angles. 3 gunmen in a black Dodge Durango get out of the car and then start firing. A 31-year-old man was shot.
Put that nigga on camera. Put that shit back. We watching this bit like a porn.
Don't hit me. How you coming? 10
Fuck 12, man. Fuck 12.
My dig on my fuck 12. This bitch so job one bounce out for with 12 coming for. Right, why police behind us, nigga? Oh my dig on this bitch Jado.
So how y'all stay away from like all of that extra stuff while y'all in the booth? Like y'all finna go crazy on the rap.
You finna bake this.
See?
Hey, let's get out right here.
Do y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Little children emulating with water guns. This is how crazy it is getting. Have they started doing that in Detroit? Out here where I live, have they started doing that in right on the Metro Blue Line station, Yellow Line station? Which one? Where? Did y'all see that? They're on a train and they made it look like they bus. Ain't this it? Chicago 2025. YNs be like.
Doors open. Open this fucking door! Open this fucking door!
What?
God, I killed that nigga. They ain't.
See? This is crazy. So feel free to go over there and check out the rest of that clip right there. I mean, like, this is like real crazy. But I'm gonna go back to the clip so we can get at what does this mayor have to really say on this. So hang in there, and I'm gonna bring that back because let's hear what this is and what y'all think his explanation to what I just shown. Does it compare to what he's finna say? Okay, now let me make sure I'm at the beginning of this one.
No.
Yes. I believe the city of Chicago and cities across America would be safer if we actually had, affordable housing. Look,
okay,
I'm not
that's
saying
not,
that
that's
we
not
don't.
the question I asked. My question is, and I just need a yes or a no. Do you? This does with all of those social.
So guess what? That's why these activists are pissing me off.
They're stupid. They don't care.
Would you also like to get federal funding to help put 5,000 more cops on the street in Chicago? Would that help drive down crime?
Well, look, policing by itself is not the full strategy.
No, I understand that. You've talked about the other things you want, and I said those are good and important programs.
First thing I'm seeing here, it's like policing is not the strategy. He posed the question of 5,000 more cops. Do you want some money for that? Woo, man, let's really listen to, is he going to stay on point with the questions that's being asked? Or is he going to drive and play the victim or or the blame game. See, I think he's going to probably do the blame game. I have not seen this clip. One more time.
Well, look, policing by itself is not.
It's time to stop it.
Exactly.
Y'all ain't going to jail and y'all ain't dying. A with me. So guess what? That's why these activists are pissing me off.
They're stupid.
Back we taking the city, Navy down and told. See so many niggas outside the car.
You think it's okay to murder, rob, assault somebody for no reason? You deserve to be in jail. Like, if you want to be a thug, it's only two things you're supposed to look forward to: jail or dead.
And everyone knows that.
Trump trying to stop one. He really trying to help these niggas.
He trying to lock him up.
Equals 2.
He ain't got to lock him up. He just trying to stop it.
Exactly.
Y'all ain't going to jail and y'all ain't dying. A with me. So guess what? That's why these activists are pissing me off.
They're stupid. They don't care.
Would you also like to get federal funding to help put 5,000 more cops on the street in Chicago? Would that help drive down crime?
Well, look, policing by itself is not the full strategy.
No, I understand that. You've talked about the other things you want, and I said those are good and important programs, but I'm asking also, would 5,000 more police officers on the street in Chicago be helpful to go along with all of those social programs that a lot of cities are engaging in and having success with?
Well, look, here's the best way I can put it, Joe, is that in the 90s when I was in high school, we had 3,000 more police officers and we had 900 people being murdered every single year in Chicago. It's just not policing alone. Of course, we want more detectives.
I know it's not policing alone, but I know it's not policing alone. You've told me everything else you want. I'm curious, and this does come down to an ideological difference between people. Do you believe that the streets of Chicago would be safer if there were more uniformed police officers on the streets of Chicago?
No? Yes.
I believe the city of Chicago and cities across America would be safer if we actually had, affordable housing. Look,
okay,
I'm not saying
that's not the question I asked. My question is, and I just need a yes or a no, do you believe the streets of Chicago would be safer if you got all of those other extraordinary programs put back into place, which do have a history of being successful, if that's complemented by having 5,000 more cops on the streets of Chicago?
He's not going to answer.
I don't believe that we should narrow it down to just police officers, Joe, is what I'm saying. That is an antiquated approach. I'm saying we've invested in detectives.
Mr. Mayor, are you hearing what I'm saying? I'm agreeing with you that...
I mean, feel free to go over there and check out the rest of that clip from the Couture family. I mean, his leftist ideology, he won't even answer questions. That means, and you heard him say something about a 3,000 officer decrease. That comes from all those protests, the George Floyd, defund the police. And then y'all remember who was their last mayor, so feel free to go over there. And their last mayor was this chick right here. Now, the mayor Lightfoot or something. And she ain't got nothing comfortable to really say either, because that was very strange when she was the mayor. See, this right here. So we can check out her real quick. And this gonna be a short. Y'all remember her, the Lightfoot lady. See, this is her. I'm gonna show y'all one more time. Right there. This was straight up felony criminal conduct. I'm gonna click it.
These were not poor people engaged in petty theft to feed themselves and their families. This was straight up felony criminal conduct.
And ever since she was in charge, that's how it's been looking. But trip off of this clip. This is a clip I really want y'all to see. This one is good. I might have to show this one again. Where is it? This is the only solution that they came up with is to put a curfew of some sort. Oh, it was a good one too. And I don't even know if it's here. Where they wanted a poster to be out there. Could you at least please stop the shooting? But Chicago residents respond. Right here. Okay.
For your customers, a contact.
In heavily black.
Not that one. That's Spike Lee. The one I was talking about. Farrakhan. Let's look at this one.
Store remains closed.
This is what's going on with the looting.
And it's unclear when it will reopen. It's the third Foot Locker that crash and grab thieves have targeted in the city in the last week. It's happened again.
A smash and grab at Foot Locker.
This afternoon, a steady stream of Foot Locker customers are left stunned after finding out the store is closed following an early morning crash and grab by thieves.
I'm shocked and I'm disappointed at the same time because this neighborhood used to be a very good neighborhood.
It happened around 6 o'clock Sunday morning at the store in the Lake Meadows Shopping Center, located near 35th and King Drive in Chicago's Bronzeville neighborhood on the city's south side. Criminals targeted the same store around the same time last year.
They won't be able to stay in business because they keep losing money because of the situation. And if they keep losing money, that means they're going to leave. And that means we're going to lose the stuff that we need in our neighborhoods.
Detectives say someone drove a Jeep SUV through the business's front door. That's when a band of thieves got out of the vehicle and ran into the store and started stealing merchandise, specifically.
See? So feel free to go over there and check that out. That's what's going down. They're barely showing the public this. They're barely showing it. But check out this clip right here. This is the one that's going to get you.
Well, I want to...
9 a.m. put up.
Ready?
Crime is now.
This is the one y'all really need to see. Fair use. Now watch this one right here. Please pay attention to this video right here. Pay attention. Look, pay attention. Look. This one right here, like I went to a meeting last Wednesday, the meeting that was talking about hate crimes and stuff, but check out this one right here. Fair use.
So bad in Chicago that a local crime is now so bad in Chicago that a local advocacy group put up signs begging gangs to stop shooting at each other from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. so kids aren't caught in the crossfire. Is that really the best we can do? Here to react is Project Hood founder and executive director, Pastor Corey Brooks. Pastor, thank you for joining us this morning. So these signs were put up by a group called Native Sons. Now, this is an advocacy group that was started after a 5-year-old was shot and killed last summer. And most of the murders that we know of children are between the hours that this flyer says.
Tell me now, do y'all see that flyer? Don't shoot. I want to grow up. No shooting at 9 a.m. This is when the kids are really supposed to be in school. To 9 p.m. This is when all their parents and them kids need to be in the house before the lights come on. Do y'all remember back in the day, like, in South Central, when we had the Batarang days, people was wearing golf hats with multiple golf clubs on them and stuff like this, croquet sacks, khakis, creased it, front shirt, creased it, man, all kind of things. It was jumping off right in South Central. I used to be over my friend's house, and I used to run 3 to 4 blocks while he outside, making sure that I made it to at least 61st, and then he'll go in. But while he's watching me, he's watching his back. So, man, Ab know exactly what I'm talking about. And then I made it home. I'll be like, that's how I was raised up. And then I remember back in the day, like, I used to ask myself, like, dang, I never thought, like, when we was 12 and 13 that we was going to be like, we'll be coming back from Fox Hill Mall or coming back from Venice Beach where we wasn't looking over our back. But as soon as we get off that bus, there we go. We just automatically, I noticed we all was in some sort of mode where, we just looking. And now, what y'all saw earlier, they was in the, oh, wow. Let's look at the rest of this.
I know this group is well-intentioned. Is this the right way to handle what is clearly an epidemic in Chicago, Pastor?
Well, I want to applaud the advocacy group that is trying to stop violence. Anyone who's committed to trying to stop violence at any time needs to be applauded. The problem is that we're asking these immoral individuals to do something moral, and the sad commentary of it is that our city is lacking behind in trying to solve this issue. But it definitely calls for all people to have all hands on deck if we're going to solve the violence in Chicago.
So I'm really interested because you come at this from such an interesting perspective. You're a very invested in the community person, but you're also a man of God. And so tell me how much of this can be solved by, government and what you think they should do to help this. And then let's also talk about the other piece of the puzzle, which is the family.
Right.
And the lack of morality that you just talked about.
You're right. Sin is running rampant and unharnessed across America, specifically in the city of Chicago, where we're having violence at alarming rates. And I've just decided that I'm not going to wait on government to come in and save the day because it has not happened thus far. I believe anytime we continue to wait on government to come in and solve our problems, we're only setting ourselves up for failure. And so
now I'm going to leave it. Now I'm going to leave it there. Go over there and check that screen out. That screen is Fox News, but it's Chicago group begs gangs to stop shooting during the day. See, so man, now we're finna get over here to what Farrakhan was talking about. Let's check out this.
It's gonna be
So there's a lot of stigma in
All right, now we're going to hear from another Chicago resident. Some of this has went viral, and this is what the mayor had to sit up here and take. I may speed it up because there will be some curse words and profanity jumping off. So check this out, okay? So check this out, fair use. And I may allow y'all to listen to Louis Farrakhan is on.
Said you will not allow Trump to come in here and get these illegals. Yeah, you can smile. We're in $1 billion deficit, and you spent half of our money, half of that on illegals. You campaign and double down that you would not raise property taxes.
I won't raise your property taxes.
You wanted to raise our taxes $300 million. They shut it down. Now we back here for $150 million. Okay. See, this is what we asking now. Since you want to crash out, some of y'all say y'all willing to go to jail for it. Trump, Tom Homan, make a double out this nigga right here first. Please come here first, because you know what? We're gonna help you. We want to
Ma'am, I would ask that you keep it. Hold on a second. Stop her time. Stop her time. Just a second. Stop her time. Ma'am, I would ask that you, if you want to continue speaking, you have to make sure that your language is appropriate. Okay. All right.
Alex.
Okay. You can begin her time again.
You're gonna spend our tax dollars to go, Michael Rodriguez, you said to take Trump to court to protect these illegals. That's cool, because we about to make all of y'all aldermen famous. Y'all think this has gonna ride? I think not. Flip Chicago red. We not playing.
This was going to happen to you. You got Kash Patel and Pam Bundy that you're going to have to deal with sooner than later. Then it's going to be an audit. Next, it's going to be an investigation. Then it's going to be an indictment. Conviction. That's what's going to happen to you.
Mr. Brandon Johnson, I'm up here. I am speaking right now, so I would love your undivided attention, please. I'll wait. So this just proves to you the lack of leadership that you show in the city. You can't even give me straight eye contact. Now, I'm going to let you know now, the people of Chicago, we're done with you. It is insane how we have been voting Democrat for over 60 plus years, and we've never seen a change from people like you, Lori Lightfoot, Rob Emanuel. It is insane. Chicago was 37% red. In 2020, it was only 15%. So we're waking up. So you can pretend that this isn't happening, but I know for a fact that you will not have that seat the next election.
You so strong about protecting those aliens, but you won't do nothing for the U.S. citizens. I got a great way how we can what we can do with this budget. First, let's start with cutting off illegals, getting free everything. Free housing, free schooling, free food. Yeah, let's start with that. That'll save us a lot of money, what, $600 million? Let's start there. Then let's start with you. Your salary. You are going down in history as the worst mayor in America. Let's start with cutting yours. You making too much money. Let's start there.
So, feel free to go over there and check out the Righteous Perspective channel. I mean, his is like off the chain. But now, I believe I got one more right in the chamber, the clutch. Like, what do y'all think about it? Y'all seen some of the citizens? Because notice, when they say that the crime rate is going down in one of these blue states or one of these states, all of the streaming networks pumps it into the YouTube and Instagram algorithm, but some of the stuff like what I just showed you gets submerged lower and lower, less and less of that content, because every news feed they can do it again and again, but still some of the things of what the real citizens are experiencing will show. Like when I showed y'all that Lake Drive thing, that wasn't the part of Chicago that the National Guards, they ain't gonna be over there by the lake. They're gonna be like where them stores that been getting looted and stuff like this. This is just to aid law enforcement. But man, you had a decrease in law enforcement of 3,000, and then that newsman just asked one question: what about 5,000? And he could not answer his question. So, hey, I was trying to keep this short. I hope y'all like the video and share this video, because man, I could go longer, but what I just seen on a little bit of this was just too much to take in. It's like, wow. So, you know, the troops could be in Chicago now. So now Malcolm X warned us about white liberals and black sellouts. See, I would play that, but I'm gonna play that on another screen. But let's check out this one right here. Wait a minute. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. I'm up here. Fair use. This clip. I'm up here watching this saying something's wrong. Here we go. Fair use.
Morning. Morning. Who we have standing here with us on the podium stage is First Deputy Superintendent Eric Carter, Chief of Detectives Brendan Dinahan, Chief of Constitutional Policing and Reform Angel Navales, Chief of Bureau of Internal Affairs Yolanda Talley, 10th District Commander William Bentecourt, and we don't have this, but Area 4 Deputy Chief Patrina Wines and New Life Center Director Matt DiMatteo. The run of show is I'll have some opening comments here in a second, then I'll turn it over to Chief of Patrol Brian McDermott for comments, then we'll have Area 4 Deputy Chief Patrina Wines, and then we'll close out with Chief of Counterterrorism Ernest.
So basically what I'm going to do, let's get over here and hear what the comments are. Let's see what the newspapers, or is there any resident at this press conference? Let's listen to that. That's where the real meat is, right on the bones of them showing up. Let's see. Not only let's see if we can peep out, is it hand selected? Will they sway away from questions? Or common solution to a common question? Let's see. Hopefully we can find that part of the feed. Because like he said.
And then we'll close out with Chief of Counterterrorism Ernest Cato, and then I'll come back for questions, and so will Chief of Detective Brendan Dinahan be available for
a list. Hey guys, did you know some drivers are ditching their car insurance and they're doing this in
and her family and
all of this. But the goal is and has preliminary identification.
And year-to-date gang, the gang work group activity has 141 raids. This year, 2020, Chicago police officers have seized 578 guns from the streets of Chicago. Officers have arrested 100 offenders for carjacking. And year-to-date, the gang work group activity has 141 raids, 41 arrests of gang members, over $6 million of U.S. currency seized from gang members, and over 101 guns seized from gang members through 15 different search warrants. And with that, I'll take a few questions.
There's video of the Ortega shooting, that she's holding hands with the person she was walking with, and it was like very clear there was a little girl inside.
Dang, I can barely hear it.
Can you verify if there's video and that's kind of the essence of what it shows?
The information we have related to this investigation is very delicate right now. We do have people cooperating, with us right now, and we do have very strong leads. We don't want to put out any information that would jeopardize bringing this offender to justice as quickly as we can. So we're going to withhold verifying any evidence of this at this point, but we hope to soon come to you with some resolution to this investigation.
Were you aware of these gang conflicts over here? And if so, why react after the shootings? Why not saturate the area with the patrols to try to prevent them?
So these are historic gang conflicts. You know, breaking news, there's gangs in Chicago, right? And they have historic conflicts that go back decades. And it's one of the reasons why I recounted some of our gang divisions activity. They've conducted 141 raids of gangs so far this year and made in our city. So I think it's quite appropriate that we raise
y'all know I'm
the
finna go. Well, I think I'm gonna get up out of that one there. That's 2020. So if anybody got any of the latest news feeds, please send it by my way. We can call it a wrap. Or something at this moment. Let me see if I got one more. Oh, man. Now, this is going to let y'all see we need help here in Chicago. Let's check out this one. One more to go, okay? And this clip was 19 hours ago. We need help, okay? Let's check it out. We need help, okay?
Confirming a plan for a potential National Guard deployment there. Chicago crime is up 40% in just the past 4 years. Murder down, but everything else up. And by the way, on those murder numbers, just like Washington, D.C., it'd be good to dig into the stats, see exactly how they're classifying crime. They're classifying felony up, misdemeanor up, motor vehicle theft up. But despite those stats, the city's mayor says, no, we want to keep our crime.
What this president is doing, he's declared a war on poor people, picking on homeless people, picking on the most vulnerable. That is not what the people of Chicago are going to stand for. And so we'll use all means necessary to us to ensure that we protect the Constitution and we protect this beloved city.
Is it tyranny? The Chicagoans.
That was the best solution, to blame the crime on homeless people. A war, Trump, the blame game is just like, as I said. So the homeless people wasn't who I showed y'all at the early part of this video. Huh? But that's the only solution I heard him say. Let's listen to some more.
Want to keep the crime? Let's ask a Chicago resident. Chicago GOP congressional candidate and founder of Chicago Red, Patricia P. Ray Easley. Patricia, thanks for being with us here today. Does Brandon Johnson speak for Chicagoans? You see it as tyranny. You don't want help in Chicago?
He doesn't speak for us at all. He's speaking for the people that he represents, which is the Chicago Teachers Union and the Democratic Socialists of America. The citizens of the city of Chicago want safety and security. We're paying lots of property taxes to live in this great city, and our mayor has funneled our money to an illegal international criminal organization for them to bring them here and take our money. So we are very happy that the president is here. Thank you so much, President Trump, for hearing us, and we can't wait until we get justice in this city. However, we're asking for 2 prosecutors for every troop that he brings, because the real justice is found in prosecuting those who use the legislation to steal our tax money.
So you referenced the drug traffic coming through Chicago. You're talking about the Mexican drug cartels, the criminal organization funneling money through Chicago. What is life like in Chicago? Governor J.B. Pritzker posted a video today walking along the Lake Michigan waterfront, talking about how beautiful it is in Chicago, and it's not the reported hellscape. What is life like in Chicago?
Life is beautiful in Chicago, but it's very expensive. We don't know who's here. We just know that a bunch of people showed up with invoices on their backs that we...
Notice that? Now, that's not the Chicago I was showing you earlier, where you see these individuals with these pistolas and things of that nature, huh? That's over there by Lakeside. But does it look like that at night? Is some tents in the far forest right over there? We don't know. So, so feel free to go over there and check out this video.
Now seeing the property tax in bills. We know that the city is not focused on the American people. So if you have a social security number, you are now in the back of the line. They're focused on people that they attracted here to move into spaces that Americans deserve to live in. They have flooded them in our homeless system.
See?
So now American homeless people are not getting the resources that they deserve because our mayor is counting the illegals as that they deserve because our mayor in our homeless system. So now American homeless people are not getting the resources that they deserve because our mayor is counting the illegals as homeless as well.
And that's what we was talking about here. Even in the meetings, in the town halls, and I always knew that the other cities was having the same grave concern as we are. So man. Right on the footnote, recovery is an inside job. So it's like we say have all hands on deck. Do you know, the church I go to and the other people I'm involved in, we have our own men's group, and then women have their group. We're doing all these sort of things. Even a few churches out here is doing things in the nature of like having wife school or etiquette training right at their churches. I don't have the names of those right now, but I've been in these meetings. We have clergy council meetings. We have faith-based meetings also right out here in Los Angeles. So everything I said, you can Google it to see if I'm telling the truth or not. But some of the things that's at the clinic, those are clinics and the wellness centers, and those may not be so easy to really find unless you go in your neighborhood to see what is really going on in your city, in your state, in your county. Google, find out, and be a voice or advocate for your community. And this way you'll know where these meetings are. Most of these meetings, they may have some tea, coffee, food, and then some of them is just meeting with your public officials, like you saw when the Righteous Perspective had that phone. Those was people that was probably at like what we call it our Board of Supervisor meeting, or our City of LA Council District meeting. So get involved and see if y'all can change some of the order, because some of these blue states, y'all seen their last election. That speaks volumes to what's going on right in America. So, man, and I'm going to just wrap it up right here. And remember, recovery is an inside job.